Have you ever tried your message on an imaginary audience? Why would you do such a thing? If you are ever struggling to figure out how to explain what you do or what your product does or what your company is about, and maybe you're feeling restless about the language that you've chosen, scrap your typical audience and instead make up an imaginary one and then figure out how you would tell your story to them. A couple of audiences I really love for this purpose are the very young and the very old. So imagine, how would you describe your product to a group of second graders? What vocabulary would you need to use? How would you get their attention? How would you get them excited about what your product does? Say you're preparing for an interview and you have to figure out how to explain what you're good at and what your expertise is. How would you talk about that with a resident of a retirement home who's maybe approaching 95 years old and doesn't have a lot of context for what your job is today? When you choose an imaginary audience and you think about the words you would select to get across to them, you might just have an insight about how you could get your story across to anyone.